Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another unboxing video, and this time we're going to the dark side. It is Black Widow, Sabbath Days, 1969 to 1972. This is a 6 CD box set, so let's have a look inside and then I'll tell you afterwards what I think. Black Widow, Sabbath Days, although it looks like Sabbath Dads on the front, doesn't it? The complete anthology, 1969 to 1972. A very controversial band by name, by nature, but not necessarily by music. They weren't, they came out at the same time as Sabbath, people thinking they would be like that, but they were more like a more folky Jethro Tull, really. Let's do the discs first, because there are loads of them. And this has been out several times, especially the Key album, which I'll come to. So this is Pesky Gee, ! Black Widow, Return to the Sabbat. Sacrifice has been out on the special deluxe editions before, which is the most well-known album, and Black Widow 3 and Black Widow 4. The booklet is extensive. Here's the pictures of the band there. The obligatory early 70s climb up halfway up a tree and whatever you do, don't smile. Loads of bands did this, especially Sabbath, bands like Caravan also, everyone did. But Pesky Gee there is the kind of origins of where the band came from, but the full story is here. So this is the definitive tale, and of course Black Widow were the real deal when it comes to witchcraft and delving or experimenting with the black arts, whereas Sabbath weren't really. Sabbath are all Christians, but Black Widow were the other side of that coin. And so this gives you the full rundown. You've got the lyrics as well. But the track that everyone knows, of course, is Come To The Sabbat, which was on various rock compilations back in the day. There's one, Rockbuster. And so the full track listings, there's loads of extra tracks as well. And the only thing missing, of course, is the DVD, which came with the previous incarnation of Sacrifice. But anyway, I'll give you a rundown what I think now. So that is Sabbath Days. On the cover, it looks like Sabbath Dads, doesn't it? But it's Sabbath Days. 6 CD set from Grapefruit Records. So what are my thoughts on this? I've had the album quite a while. I mean, I bought it on single CD when it first came out because it was the song on this album, Come To The Sabbat, which was on a compilation album, one of these fairly heritage rock type things. I can't remember which one it was. I've got it. But I remember at school, people used to play this track because it was quite menacing, quite cartoony. But whereas Black Sabbath was seen as like the, songs about black magic, the fact is that Black Sabbath weren't like that at all. Black Sabbath are Christians. They just did it for the image. They took, a lot of what they did, if you listen to the lyrics for Black Sabbath songs, they were not promoting black magic or Satanism in any way. It was complete opposite. Black Widow were the other way round. They appeared to be promoting it. They had sacrifices on stage, Black Widow, Black Sabbath. So the idea was, well, if Black Sabbath are this heavy, Black Widow are going to be even heavier. Nothing could be further from the truth. The fact is, when me and my friends first heard the album, it was like kind of an offshoot of Jethro Tull. It was prog, lots of Hammond and flute, but it certainly wasn't heavy metal. And so the image that you see on the cover here gives an impression of this band must be really, doom-laden and into the dark arts. Now, according to this booklet, in the new set, that it was all done for entertainment and all done to get the press and everything, and which of course they did. But what's interesting is I did buy another version of this about 10 years ago, which is on the Repertoire label, which was 3-disc set, including a live concert, which was supposed to go out on the German channel. What's it called? B Club in Germany, but it never went out. And on this version, there is a DVD that was being remastered and put together, which basically shows the Black Widow stage show as it was then. And it's the kind of thing you'd probably watch once, or you put it on and people would say, what is this you're watching on the TV? Which is exactly what happened to me when I watched it. But the booklet in that set kind of really plays on the fact that Black Widow were the real deal in respect to how they saw the dark arts, etc., and black magic. In this new set, they kind of I feel that they're kind of pulling back from that. Also, these are two separate sets, and I'm reviewing obviously this one, which has come from Cherry Red. This has got a definitive in a way, because it's got everything they've ever done apart from the live DVD. Now, maybe there was some kind of licensing parts in that, but that's the only thing that's missing to call it the complete thing. They could have put, maybe they couldn't. The DVD is missing. Also, on the earlier one, there was another version of the album where they put interludes on. There was like instrumental sections that kind of brought the tracks together to tell the story in a different way, which was done as a more modern recording. That isn't on there either. But what you do get are 6 CDs, obviously the original, and plus the albums that came afterwards, etc. None of them could be well known for their artwork, to be honest, but they are all of their time. It's kind of pleasant prog. The closest reference point is Jethro Tull, late 60s, early 70s Jethro Tull, to be honest. And obviously the band changes as they move along, and they were, as they moved away from that image. Fun fact here, the drummer went on to be in Shawaddy Waddy, by the way. But what I do like, and the kind of unreleased stuff, the demo stuff, does have that kind of demo feel to it. The live stuff is kind of a few notches down from studio quality. It's kind of closer to bootleg quality than an official live album. And as I say, the demo stuff is interesting. But the album that I really like is the first one, Pesky Gee. And this is when they were blessed with a female vocalist. And I love this. They shared the vocals. And I absolutely love this album. It's rich with Hammond organ. It's got that really 60s progressive feel. And I didn't know what to expect. But I absolutely love the Pesky Gee album because I'd never heard it before. So it was new, and I've got a soft spot for that kind of late 60s, 70s prog, Hammond organ-driven music, really. And I just love that kind of stuff. That lineup is also involved in the kind of demo version of the album that comes on disc 2. That has some good moments. Some of the quality is not quite there. You know, it's a demo, but it is good. And of course, the remastering on the official album is great as well. I don't think you'd need anything else. For some people, maybe this is too much. But it's a curiosity, because when you read about it and the kind of controversy surrounding the band, that the music itself seems quite tame. Lyrically, of course, the band were really ploughing that era of the hammer horror and black magic stuff, whereas Black Sabbath had dipped into this. Black Widow were going to go for it. So in Ancient Days, Way to Power, Come To The Sabbat, which is incredibly catchy and could have been a hit single if it had been about something else, probably. Seduction, Attack of the Demon, Sacrifice, 1970. What a year. So much stuff came out then in this whole period. But if you are curious and a fan of Black Widow, then this is going to give you everything you need. Now, some of this stuff has come out on other releases over the years in 2 CD packs and whatever, but this is the best place to get everything. If you want the DVD, maybe it's on the B Club, maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know, I've not looked. But you can also try and seek out this and see if it's still available. This came out on the Repertoire label. So that is Sabbath Days from Black Widow, Grapefruit Records, 6 CD set out now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Buy a t-shirt, become a patron. But remember, whatever you do, Music is the healer and the doctor. Keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.